Hello, I'm Steve Goss, and I'm going to read you an excerpt from my book, The Grace Connection. This excerpt, in fact, is the first couple of pages of the book from chapter 1, which is called Free. It's entitled, this excerpt, Grace Too Huge to Define. I remember being taken on a school trip to the planetarium in London when I was about 10 years old. For the first time, I began to appreciate the sheer, mind-boggling size of our galaxy, which pales into insignificance compared to the whole universe, which is a speck of dust compared to the whole of space out there. It was as if the more I learned about it, the less my mind could contain it. It's just so huge. Grace is the same. Every Christian knows about it. We sing about it at church. In fact, John Newton's 250-year-old hymn, Amazing Grace, is the most popular Christian hymn of all time and is performed around 10 million times a year. I think I've probably sung it nearly that many times myself. All of us would no doubt wholeheartedly agree that amazing is an apt word to describe it. But whatever we already know about grace, none of us are doing much more than scratching the surface. It's just so huge. I've been a Christian for exactly 50 years and have spent much of that time in leadership positions at church. But looking back, I now see that for most of that time, I didn't know grace as much more than a theological concept. If you'd asked me what it was, I'd have given a reasonable answer. I'd have said it was undeserved favour, or I'd have repeated the acronym I'd been taught as a new Christian, God's riches at Christ's expense. Of course, I was so grateful for what God had done for me in sending Jesus to die in my place. But that was in the past. And grace didn't seem so relevant for my day-to-day Christian life of striving to be the best Christian I could be and feeling like I constantly let God down. Over the course of a couple of years, I'd kept being drawn to the story Jesus told that we tend to call the parable of the prodigal son. It seemed that every sermon I heard or book I read seemed to reference it. God used it to revolutionize my understanding of his grace and to help me make a real heart connection with it, rather than grace being just a concept in my head. It's no exaggeration to say that understanding his grace in my heart totally turned my Christian life upside down. This new heart connection changed my daily relationship with Father God, helping me understand him as the loving Father he is. It helped me get off the treadmill of trying harder and beating myself up when I felt that I had failed. It opened doors to greater fruitfulness than I had ever known, and seemingly without the great effort I had imagined. Now, don't let me give you the impression that I'm now floating around on a cloud and every aspect of my life is joy and light, with people flocking to Jesus everywhere I go. No, I still face all kinds of struggles, temptations and disappointments. But the basis on which I approach these things has changed. When I go wrong, I no longer spin off into the rough for weeks, but come straight back into the arms of my loving Father. Peter urges us to grow in the grace and knowledge of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, 2 Peter 3:18. I hope that you will find this book a practical way to do just that, and that it will help you connect with God's amazing grace in your heart, not just your head, so that you will become an even more fruitful disciple of Jesus. And of course, because grace is so huge, that's something that all of us can keep working on every day for the rest of our lives.